Tonight, accusations fly. The opposition raises safety concerns about Qantas.
This is a most irresponsible suggestion.
These people opposite are the cheese-eating surrender monkeys of Australian jobs.
Promises, promises. NBN subcontractors produce letters backing their case.
Small businesses are entitled to rely on what they're told about that contract.
Funding fears for a program helping prison parolees into houses. And Tasmania's newest world champion returns home.
I think there'd definitely be one for the pool room, that's for sure.
Good evening, Peter G with ABC News. The Qantas foreign ownership fight has spiralled into an argument over safety. The government's accused Bill Shorten of suggesting overseas ownership could threaten the airline's safety record. It comes on a day when the government quickly pushed changes to the Qantas Sales Act through the lower house in a rowdy debate full of inventive insults. Here's political correspondent Mark Simpkin. Tasmania's NBN subcontractors have produced new evidence in their fight for compensation. They say they were promised years of work worth millions of dollars in letters provided by Vision Stream. The company has rejected the claims, but at least one legal expert says the small businesses have a case. European Union leaders are tonight holding emergency talks on the crisis in Ukraine. The meeting follows a flurry of diplomatic moves throughout the region, but Moscow and its supporters in Ukraine seem to be taking little notice. ABC correspondent Matt Brown is in Crimea. The Liberals want Hydro Tasmania to generate 10% more electricity. The plan is to sell the green power for premium prices interstate. The move could help prop up the budget, but critics say it's a distraction from the hit Hydro will take when the carbon tax is scrapped. Emily Bryan reports. The Greens are vowing to cut the taxpayer subsidies propping up cash-strapped Forestry Tasmania. The party's outlined $265 million worth of savings it would make if it's in government again. The Greens have pledged to slash Forestry Tasmania's taxpayer-funded bailout by $55 million to just $15 million. In its last annual report, the state-owned company claimed it needs the cash to keep operating.
Since then, we've seen the transfer of hundreds of thousands of hectares of reserves from Forestry Tasmania over to Parks and Wildlife, and that significantly reduces Forestry Tasmania's community service obligations.
They need that. We would not be giving them an extra dollar that they did not require to function.
The Liberals have promised to axe the entire contingency fund. There are fears Tasmania's ex-prison inmates may soon find it even harder to put a roof over their heads. Funding for a program to help rehouse offenders is about to run out, and the Salvation Army is warning the state's coffers will take a hit. The Prime Minister Tony Abbott says he's deeply concerned about the case against veteran Australian journalist Peter Gresta in Egypt. Earlier today, the Al Jazeera reporter pleaded in court for Mr Abbott to speak out about his plight. Mr Gresta faces up to 7 years in prison if he's found guilty of tarnishing Egypt's reputation. Middle East correspondent Hayden Cooper reports from Cairo. To finance now, and the Australian dollar jumped back above 90 US cents today. It was driven by a surprise surge in retail sales and a robust increase in Australia's trade surplus. Here's Alan Kohler.